Today we're going to be talking about alcohol and your brain health. If you haven't seen our video on alcohol and your heart health, check it out, okay? But today we're going to be talking about alcohol and your brain health. It's really important when we choose things in our life, when we have habits in our life, when we do things on a regular basis, we need to know the impact on our health so we can make informed decisions about what's good for us and what's really not serving us, okay? So we know that regular alcohol use or excessive alcohol use has huge risks for our heart, the risk for diabetes, obesity, and also for the risk of our brain for dementia and so forth. So what are the facts about this? So how much alcohol actually causes brain damage? When you think about it, any detectable amount of damage to the brain can show up with stuff that's in your bloodstream. So can you think about how much alcohol that would be? What do you think? Do you think a glass full or a shot? How much alcohol do you think that would be? Well, the data actually shows that even amounts of alcohol as small as a thimbleful, that's 2 milliliters, a thimbleful, can cause detectable amounts of brain damage in your bloodstream. Okay, now I'm not saying that that's significant, but if that's enough to cause brain damage, what is a shot or a glass, or several glasses going to do to your brain? And I don't know about you, but one of my biggest concerns, one of the biggest things that I don't want to have happen to me as I get older is dementia. I don't want to be searching around for words. I don't want to be stumbling around. I don't want to lose my memory. I've spent a lifetime gaining those memories, and they're very valuable to me. I've spent a lifetime gaining my education, my knowledge, my experience, my relationships, my family, and losing that because of drink would be something that would be devastating. And a lot of people and their families are devastated by watching loved ones lose their memory, fall to dementia, and their life starts to kind of unravel as their brain degenerates. Okay, and we don't want to do anything that accelerates that, because we want to age with grace. We want to age with our brain, our facilities, and our bodies intact, so that we're having a good quality of life. Okay, not sitting around with aching joints and back pain, and we don't know where we're at, and we're forgetting things, and we're miserable and depressed. We want things to feel good as we age, all right? So when we talk about alcohol, the things you need to realize is most people don't know what a serving size is of alcohol. And even one drink, more than one drink a day, is hugely related to other health problems. Okay, so a serving of beer would be like a 12 ounce of beer. That's 355 milliliters. That's a glass about yay tall. 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of hard alcohol. Now, it's real easy to go beyond that because people are being a little generous, they refill the glass, and so forth, and so you can get beyond that really, really quick without paying attention. All right, so the effects on the brain happen both by direct effects. When you drink, some of those substances and the metabolites, when it breaks down, go to your brain and affect your brain directly, and that causes direct brain damage. But there are secondary effects because alcohol is processed in the liver. We all know that, right? Alcoholic liver disease. But that can happen in 3 different phases. First, we just start storing fat in the liver. We get what's called fatty liver, okay? And that can be associated with diabetes. It can also be associated with heart disease and can lead to dementia. The next step is that fatty liver disease, if we don't stop doing whatever it is, whether it's our nutrition or what we're eating on a regular basis, or it's regular alcohol consumption, or those two combined, which makes things even worse, that can progress to steatohepatitis. Now, the fatty liver becomes inflamed from all the excess fat and the damage that's happening to it on a regular basis from nutrition, or poor nutrition rather, and from the alcohol. And that can progress to cirrhosis. All right, so the other important thing to know is that alcohol is not the part of the drink that is beneficial. It's not the alcohol, it's the other substances that come from those plants that are turned or fermented into the alcohol. All right, so it's not beneficial to drink the alcohol, it's beneficial to have the substances from those plants. So eating or drinking them without them being fermented is probably just as good. Now, one of the other things you need to know is alcohol use disorder increases your risk of depression twofold. Right? So you're 2 times as likely to become depressed if you have an alcohol use disorder. Okay, so what the heck is an alcohol use disorder? Everybody's like, I don't have an alcohol use disorder. I just use alcohol and, I just take a drink now and again. All right, what is an alcohol use disorder? Number one, if you have a craving for alcohol, you find yourself saying, I need a drink, all right? Or you start thinking, I need a drink. It's not just, drink is available, we're at a special occasion and then I have a drink, okay? If you're having regular use where it becomes a regular habit part of your life, then there's a good chance that you might have an alcohol use disorder. If you're addicted, okay, you cannot do without that drink without having withdrawal symptoms, then you have an alcohol use disorder. If you binge, where you're taking many drinks to the point where you're blacking out, losing memories, getting sick to your stomach, having hangovers the next day, then you might have an alcohol use disorder. If you, quote, need it to unwind, okay, at the end of a hard day, you might have an alcohol use disorder, okay? And if you really enjoy it, okay, if that's what you think in your mind, I just really enjoy my drink, my glass of wine, then you might have an alcohol use disorder. If you ever use alcohol because you were stressed over what's going on in life, or somebody gives you alcohol because they know that it helps you unwind or relax when you're stressed, then you might have an alcohol use disorder. Okay, that's really dangerous because that can lead to all kinds of other problems. First of all, you're not addressing the underlying issue, but if you're depressed, then the chances of you getting more stressed from the same things that led to the use of the alcohol are that much higher. Okay, so we want to address the problems, not cover it up with a temporary escape with alcohol. All right. So what we should be doing is eliminating the alcohol as a treatment for any kind of symptom of fatigue, of nervousness, of stress, of depression, because all it's going to do is actually increase those, and it's going to damage our brain. So when we have brain damage, that is going to make it less likely that we can deal with those problems in the future, come up with creative solutions to solve the problems or get us out of that stressful situation. And we know that alcohol actually interferes with the formation of synapses in the brain, those connections that are absolutely crucial for learning and new information and retaining new memories. So not only do we make ourselves more likely to be depressed, stressed, but we make ourselves less likely to be able to learn new stuff and less likely to retain our memories, which is a horrible combination. So my recommendation, remove the alcohol, eliminate the alcohol, reduce the alcohol. It's probably not serving you. Hope you like that. Please like, share the video, and visit silenceyourfatgene.com for more tips like this and to see my new book, silenceyourfatgene.com, and look for our video on alcohol and heart health. See you at the next video.